Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So we're going to do a range of exercises in today's class to really work throughout the body. We're going to mobilise through the spine with some lovely stretches, and then we're going to also work on strengthening movements, particularly through our glutes today, and bring in a little bit of abdominal work as well. So remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable, and where possible I'll show you some options for those exercises as well. So we're going to start the class in standing and warm up, and then we're going to come down onto our fronts to continue the class onto the mat. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet are that hip width distance. Just to start with, transfer that weight onto the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are soft, so not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just gently forwards and back. Just look to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis in that nice neutral position, lovely. Ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there as well. Okay, so we're going to start by just floating our hands up to shoulder height, and we're going to go into our bow and arrow stretch. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to reach one arm round and back, follow with your head, and then slowly come forwards again. Alternate sides, so opposite arm reaching around and back, and then forwards. Good. Opening around and back and forwards. So just rotating through that upper body, just as far as you feel comfortable. Just rotate round, turn with that head as well, as you're looking round and back and forward. So breathing out as you're reaching around, breathing as you come back. Breathing out. Good, and back. Lovely. So we're just alternating sides here, opening out, side to side and back. And again, reaching around and back and forwards. Opening out and back. Well done. Around and back and forwards. Lovely. And forwards. Let's do one more each side. Opening out and folding back. Last time. And forwards. Well done. Relax those arms back down. Beautiful. Okay, so keeping those feet that hip width distance apart, we're going to start by reaching our arms up in that Y shape and then lower back down. Good. So the thumbs are going behind you and then come back. So they're leading and they're reaching back as you reach your arms up and then lower back down. Good. And again, reaching up and down. Now this time we're going to add in those heel raises if you can. So as you come up on those toes and then lower back down together. Good. Reaching up on those toes, lower back down together. Good. And again, reaching up, nice and control, lower back down together. Good. Lifting up on those toes, lower down together. Well done. Reaching up and lower down together. And again, reaching up and lower down together. Reach with those arms, good, lowering down. Well done. And then lower down. Last few, reaching up, lower down together. Well done. Good. Let's do one more. Reaching up and then lowering down together. Well done. Okay, so we're going to warm up our legs a little bit more. We're going to go into some squats here. So we keep our feet that hip width distance apart. So we want that bottom to go behind you. So weight going back onto your heels. We're going to drop down and then lift up. Good. And again, dropping down, lifting up. So keeping those knees that hip width distance apart. So you drop down, lift up. Well done. Drop down and lift up. Well done. And again, drop down, lift up. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to add in some extensions with our legs. So we're going to drop down as we lift up. I'm going to reach my right leg back. Good. Drop down, lift up, left leg, reach behind you. Good. Drop down, lift up, reach back. Lovely. And again, drop down, lift up, reaching back. Good. So we can bring those arms in and then reach back with them. Drop down, reach back with those arms. Good. So we're alternating legs, reaching that leg back. Dropping down, lifting up, reaching back. Good. Drop down, lift up, reach back. Very good. Drop down, lift up, reaching back. Drop down, lift up, squeeze that bottom to reach back. Good. Drop down, lift up, squeezing back. Last few. Drop down, lift up, squeeze that bottom back. Drop down, lift up, taking that leg behind you. Good. One more each side. Good. Dropping back, lifting up, squeezing back. Well done, relaxing there. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to work our bottoms a little bit more. We're going to do our standing clam here. So we've got two options. We can either just stay with our toe just kind of resting on the ground here. The leg you're standing on, keep that knee soft, hips facing forward, and we're going to open out and fold back. So we're opening out here through that hip, open out and fold back. Well done. So it's not a big movement, opening out, folding back. Lovely. Now if that feels comfortable, you can stay here at this level. If you want to challenge it a little bit more, we're going to hook this foot behind that leg here and open out from there. So the leg we're standing on is working really hard to support you. And we're just opening out through this hip, folding back, keeping those hip bones forwards. We're not rotating through that body, okay? So keep those hip bones forward as we open out, fold back, standing up nice and tall, well done, and back. So opening out, fold back, lovely. Opening out, fold back. Remember, if that's too much here, just switch down that toe just in contact with the floor, well done. Good, a few more here, opening out, folding back, good. Open out, fold back, nice and control, lovely. A few more, and back, folding out, and back. Last two, open out, fold back, one more, and back, and then lower that leg down if it's lifted. Very good. Okay, so opposite side, toe resting on the ground here, hip bones pointing forward. We're going to open out and fold back. Well done. Opening out, fold back. So still keeping those hip bones forward, not rotating through that pelvis. We're keeping that control as you open out and fold back. So as before, stay here if that feels comfortable, or if you want to, we can just hook that foot around the other leg and we're opening out and folding back. Good. And again, so we're opening out and folding back. Hip bones pointing forward, opening out and folding back. Well done. Open out, fold back. Good, nice and control. And again, opening out, folding back. Good, open out and fold back. Well done. Few more here, keeping those hip bones forwards, remember, well done. Opening out and folding back, lovely. And again, last couple, open out, fold back. Let's do one more. Opening out and folding back. Well done, very good. Okay, so feet back to that hip width distance apart. We're going to take my right shoulder, we're going to give it a good shoulder roll around and then drop that hand down by my side. We're going to just roll forwards and then slowly come back up from that center. Good, left shoulder, we're going to roll that around, drop that hand down, little side bend here, folding forwards, and then gently coming back up again. Good, right shoulder, give it a good shoulder roll around, drop down with that arm, then just bring that weight forward, just hanging in front, and then gently restacking back up. Lovely, opposite side, rolling that shoulder around, drop down, little side bend here, coming forward with that weight, breath in, as you breathe out, gently coming back up. Lovely, let's do one more each side, rolling that shoulder around, reaching over, little side bend, folding around in front, and then gently coming back up. Lovely. Last time, rolling that shoulder around, reaching over, little bend in the middle, breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly coming back up. Good. Let's go into our roll downs from here. So I'm going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, just slowly curling down through that spine, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Breath at the end here. Then as you breathe out, gently restacking back up into standing. Lovely. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. Then as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good. So I'm going to come to the end of my mat because we'll roll down onto the mat in a second, but we take a breath in again. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, just really curling through that spine. So curl down through that spine, rolling those hands down towards the floor. Take a breath in the end there. Then as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good. On this next one, we're going to stay down. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in here at your end point. As you breathe out, just relax down that little bit further. Soften those knees. Breath in. And as we breathe out, we're just going to walk our hands down onto the mat. And we're going to come down onto our fronts to continue our class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue the class here down onto our fronts. If you've got a little pillow or towel you can use just to place under your forehead, you can use that there on the mat. Or to begin with, we can just use our hands just resting our forehead on them here. Okay, so we're going to work our legs to begin with. So feet that hip width distance apart, that belly button just drawn up towards your spine here, so that tailbone is just gently tucked under. And we're going to start by working our bottom muscles. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to squeeze that bottom, lifting that leg just a few inches off the ground, lower back down. Opposite leg, lifting up and lowering. So make sure it's your bottom that's doing that work. We're keeping that core engaged, so it's not my lower back that should be arching. Don't lift that leg too far. If you're feeling it too much in your back, just make that movement a little bit smaller. Good, and again, lifting up and lowering. Alternating sides. Working that bottom muscle just to extend that hip. Well done, and down. Good. So alternating sides, lowering down. Good, keep going here, lifting and lowering. Good, and again, lift up and lower. Well done, lifting and lowering. Squeeze that bottom, lift and lower. Good, and again, lift up and lower. Well done, lifting and lowering. Good, let's do one more each side, lift up and lower, and then lower back down. Very good. So keep those feet that hip width distance apart, and we're going to go into our swan dive movement here. So resting that head down either onto your little block or pillow or your mat, and we're going to bring my hands in that kind of right angle, sort of L shape either side of me. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we need to keep your chin tucked in, and then we're going to lift that head, that breastbone off the mat, still looking down directly at the mat, and then lowering down. Good. So keeping that chin tucked in. So sometimes we describe, imagine you've got a little piece of fruit you're keeping tucked under your chin there. You don't let it drop as you lower back down. Because sometimes as we lift up, we want to let our chin just poke forward as we lower down. So we want to try and keep that neck nice and long as we're lifting and lowering. Good. And then lowering back down. Well done. So just working the upper back here, lift up and then lowering. Now if you're feeling quite comfortable with this movement here, on this next one we can add in just hovering our arms above the mat. So we lift up, hover those arms off the floor, and then we lower them down together. And again, so we lift up, hovering those arms off the floor, lower down together. If that's too much though, keep those arms down. We're just lifting that head and breastbone up. So pick what's comfortable, lifting and lowering. So it's not a big movement. Still keeping those feet that hip width distance apart. Good, and lower back down. Lift up and lowering. Well done. Last few here. Lowering down, excellent. And lower, so just working that upper back, keeping that neck nice and long. Good. Let's just do one more here. And then lowering back down onto the mat. Well done. So keep our hands in this position. And we just to bring your feet just a tad wider than those hips now. And we're going to just go into our little Cobra stretch here. Just do a little bit of an extension stretch. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to lift up that breastbone again. Just peeling that breastbone, those ribs, just as far as comfortable. You get to your end point. If that's enough extension, stay there. If you can, we'll just keep coming up onto those hands as far as you feel comfortable. Neck staying nice and long, breath in. Then as you breathe out, I want you to walk that tummy, those ribs, breastbone, and then that head back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, peeling slowly up, just as far as you're comfortable. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking that tummy, your breastbone, and then that head back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, slowly peeling up, lifting up into that extension, breath in. Then as you breathe out, gently walking that tummy, those ribs, and that breastbone back down onto the mat. Lovely. Let's just do one more. Breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, Gently coming back up, keeping that neck nice and long. Well done, breath in. As you breathe out, slowly peeling gently back down onto the mat. Well done, very good. Okay, so we'll just move that little block back to the side here. And we're going to come round onto our sides, but to start with, we're going to start up onto our elbow to a little side bend here. So really make sure that elbow is right underneath that shoulder here. My hands forward, just resting on the mat. Your knees just want to be slightly in front of your hips here. Now, just being in this position really engages your oblique muscles. Also puts quite a bit of load through the shoulder, so that might feel enough, so in which case you can just stay here. We're going to be engaging those muscles anyway. But if you can, we're going to lift up into a little side bend. So pushing those knees together, take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up, so we go into this diagonal position here. Breath in. As you breathe out, lowering back down. So keep this chest nice and wide. Breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Breath in. And lowering down. Well done. Now if you can, if that's comfortable for you, we can lift up. At the same time, bring that arm up and over that head and then lower down as one. Good. And again, lifting up and then lowering down. Well done. And again, reaching up and then lowering down. Good. So you've got those options there. Lift up and then lowering. Good. Last couple here. Reaching up and down. So push those knees together as you lift up and lower back down. Well done, very good. Okay, so if you've got a thicker block, we'll grab that now so we can come down onto our sides, and we're just going to continue working here. So we'll start with those knees bent up. We're going to do a side leg press here. So keeping those hips stacked, this top leg, we're going to lift it up to that hip height. I want you to bring that knee up towards your chest, and then we're going to push that leg back behind us, bending the knee coming forwards, and then push it back and away. Good, so I want you to push through that heel, extending that leg back behind you. Push back and away, and folding in. Good. Push back and away, and fold that leg in. Good. Push back and away, fold the leg in. Good. Reaching back and away, fold the leg in. Good. Push back and away and fold the leg in. Push back and away and fold in. Good. Folding that leg in, push back and away. Keep that leg at that hip height. Really working those glutes here as we push the leg back and away, but nice and controlled through that centre. Well done. Push back and away. Fold the leg in, push back and away. Folding in, push back and away. Good. Fold in and push back and away. Push back and away. Folding in. Lovely. Push back and away. Fold in. Good. And back. Push back and away. Fold that leg in. Last few. Push back and away. Folding in, push back and away, fold that leg in. Well done. Let's do one more. Push back and away, fold that leg in. Well done. Relax that leg down. Let's drop that leg in front, have a little rest here. While we're resting this top leg, lengthen through that lower leg. And let's just do a few little pulses of that inner thigh. So we're just going to lift and lower through that lower leg here. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Lift up and lower. Well done. Just working that inner thigh here. Just doing a few, just while we're resting that top leg. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. Good. Lifting and lowering. Let's do one more. And lower back down. Well done. So we're going to straighten both legs out again here. So feet just in front of you. So we're going to do our double leg lift here. So we're just going to show you a couple of options. So staying hips stacked on top of each other. To start with, I want you to lift this top leg just to that hip height and then lower back down. So top leg lifted just to hip height and then lower down. So lifting and lowering just to that hip height level and then lower back down. Good, now you can either just stay here if that feels enough, or we can have our other hand in front for a little bit of balance, and we're going to lift this top leg, bring the lower leg to join, and then lower them down together. So top leg lifted, lower to join, lower down together. And that's why we don't want to go any higher than that hip height level, otherwise we're making it really hard for that lower leg to join that top leg. So hand in front for a little bit of balance, try not to push through it too much. Lift up and lower. So feet just slightly in front of you. Lift up to that hip height, lower leg to join, lower down together. Good. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. It's often worth just having a little look down at your feet, checking you're not going too high with that top leg. Otherwise it can be a real challenge to try and bring that lower leg to join it. Good, and lower down. Just do a few more here. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. And down, well done. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. And again, lower down together. Well done. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. Let's do one more. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. Well done. Bend those knees up. Excellent. So let's just drop that block down onto the floor, head at the front of it, arms out in front. I'm going to go into our arm opening stretch here. So we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening out through that chest, coming around and back, just following with that head, just rolling on that block and then back. So lift up through that top arm, opening out through that chest, coming around and back, and then slowly forwards. Good. And again, lift up through that top arm, opening out round and back, and then back to that start. Well done. Lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, and then back to that start. Well done. And back. Good. Lift up through that top arm, opening out round and back. Follow that head, just rolling on the block, and then back to that start. Good. And slowly back. Well done. Lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, and then back to that start. Good. Last few here. Lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, and then back to that start. Lovely. One last time. Lift up through, open out, round and back, and then back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come over into the other side. So we'll bring that block with us to use in a minute, but we're going to start with our side bend as we did before. So on that elbow, make sure that elbow is right underneath that shoulder here. That hand is resting onto the mat there. So we're going to have our knees bent, but knees just forwards from those hips, because as we come up, we want to come into that diagonal. So, but actually just staying in this position, you can probably feel those obliques, those toe muscles just working here. And if that feels enough of a stretch, to just stay in this position, okay? And try and hold that for a little bit if you can while we lift up. So from here, if you can, we're going to push those knees together and we're going to lift up into that side bend, keeping this chest nice and open, and then come back down. Good. And again, lifting up and then lowering. So as you lift up, you can see those hips come forward slightly, so we're nice now in that diagonal position, and then back down. Good. So as we did before, if you can, on the next one, we can add in that arm lift if you can. So we're going to lift up, reach that arm up and over, and then come back down. Good. And again, reaching that arm up and over, and lowering down. So push through those knees, lifting up and lowering down. Good. And again, reaching up and over and lowering down. Good. Last few. Reaching up and lowering down. Well done. And again, reach up and lower down. One last time. Reaching up and then lowering down. Well done. Very good. Okay, so let's come all the way down onto our sides. Use that block just to support our head here. And this position, as we did before, we're going to do our little side leg press. So keeping on our side here, we're going to lift this top leg up to that hip height level. I want you to bring the knee up towards your chest, and then we're going to extend the leg and push that leg back behind you. Folding forwards, push back and away. Fold forwards with that leg, push that heel back and away. Good. Folding forwards, push back and away. Good. So we're extending through that hip, using those bottom muscles. Push that leg back and away. Folding forwards, push back and away. Fold that leg forwards. Good. Push back and away, and fold the leg forwards. Good. Folding forwards, push back and away. Good. Push the leg back and away. Fold that leg forwards. Good. Keeping that leg at that hip height level, controlling that movement as we push the leg back and away. Folding forwards, push back and away. Fold that leg forwards. Well done. Push back and away. Fold forwards, push back and away. Good. Do a few more here, keeping that control, pushing that leg back and away, folding forwards, good. Fold forwards, push back and away, good. Fold the leg forwards, push back and away. Lovely, push back and away. Folding forwards, push back and away. Good. Fold the leg forwards, push back and away. And push back and away. Lovely, last few. Fold the leg forwards, push back that heel away, good. Extend that leg back and away, fold forwards, push back and away. Let's do one more. Fold forwards, push back and away, bring that leg in. Well done, drop that leg down. Have a little rest there. So while we're resting this top leg, we'll do a few little pulses of that inner thigh with that lower leg. So we're just going to lift and lower through that lower leg here, while we're just stretching out through that top leg. Good, lifting and lowering. Well done, lift and lower that inner thigh, while we're just stretching that top leg. Well done. Good, lift and lower. Well done. And then just lowering that leg back down. Well done. So as we did before, we're going to stretch both legs out here. Have your feet just in front of you. So his hips are stacked, just a little slight bend through those hips there. And we're going to just start by lifting this top leg just to that hip height and then lower back down. So top leg lifted just to that hip height and then lower down. So we're only going to that hip height to begin with as we lift up and then lower. Good. So we can either just stay here at this level. If that feels comfortable, that feels enough. Just continue lifting and lowering that top leg. We can have our hand in front for a little bit of balance. And if you can, we lift this top leg, bring the lower leg to join, lower them down together. So top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. So keeping these hips stacked as you lift up, lower down together. Make sure, as I said before, that top leg isn't going higher than that hip height. Otherwise, we're making it really tricky to meet with that lower leg. So just nice small movement, lift up, lower leg to join, lower down together. And you can just look down just to check those leg isn't going too high. Sometimes we think our hips are a bit wider than they are. As we look, lift up and lower. Well done. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. Good. Do the last few. Top leg lifted, lower to join, lower down together. Well done. Well done. Last few here. Lowering down. Well done. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. Let's do one last time. Top leg lifted, lower leg to join, lower down together. Well done. Bend those knees up. Okay, so let's drop that block down to the floor, head our head at the front of it, arms out in front, and we're going to go into our arm opening stretch from here. So we're going to lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, following with that head, just rolling on that block, and then slowly back to that start. Good. And again, lift up through that top arm, coming around and back, and then back to that start position. Good. And again, lift up, coming around and back, opening out through that chest, and coming back again. So lift up through that top arm, opening out through that chest, looking round and back, and then back to that start. And again, lift up through that top arm, opening around and back, and then forwards. Good. And again, lift up through that top arm, opening around and back, and forwards. Good. And again. Don't pull through your shoulder too much, just bend that elbow if you need to. Just gently opening out, rolling that head on that block, looking round and back, and then back to that start. And again, lift up. Coming around and back, and then back to that start position. Good, just last few here. Lift up, opening out, and back to that start. Let's do one last time. And back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come round onto our backs from here. So we'll just pop that block back there. So come round onto your back. We'll have our feet and knees that hip width distance apart from here. So just to start with, we can tilt that pelvis forwards and back just to find that midpoint between those two movements. That pelvis in that nice neutral position. That core's gently engaged, those ribs are soft, collarbone's nice and wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from here. Okay, Okay, so we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling and we're going to go into our double leg stretch. We're just going to start with our arms to begin with though. So we're going to reach your arms back above your head. We're going to come round in a circle and then back to the ceiling. So reach the arms up and around and then back towards the ceiling. So we're going to breathe out as you reach your arms above your head. Breathing in as you come around and back. Breathing out. Breathe in as you fold back round. Now really make sure you're not letting those ribs flare as you lift your arms above your head. So just keep that movement as big as you can control. As you reach your arms above your head, come around and back and forwards. One more here. Opening around and then back. Lovely. Now this time we're going to add in our legs. So we're going to float one leg up into tabletop. As you bring your arms above your head, we're going to stretch that leg away. And then as we bring our arms back, we fold the leg back together. Opposite leg. Reaching away, folding back together. Good. Opposite leg lifted. As we reach arm and leg away, folding back together. Good. Opposite leg. Breathing out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Good. Breathing out as you reach away, breathing in as you fold back. Lovely. So we can stay with this single leg if that feels comfortable, or if you can, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop. Keep that tummy nice and flat though, and we're going to reach arm and leg away again, fold back, same as before. Breathing out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. So pick what feels comfortable for you. You can always mix and match those levels. If you start to feel that your tummy's arching, your back's arching, your tummy's doming, then just lower those legs back to a single leg, okay, if that feels too much. So pick what feels comfortable for you. So reaching away, folding back. Breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Well done. Opening around and back. Breathing out, breathe in as you fold back. Well done. Breathing out, reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Opening around and back. Folding in, folding back in. Well done. Reaching away and folding back. Lovely. And folding back. We'll do a few more here. Reaching away, folding back. Good. Folding back. Reaching away and fold back. Good. Reaching that leg to that opposite wall. Opening out. And around and back. One more each side. Reaching away, fold back, reaching away. Now when we come back to this start position, if you're in double tabletop, we can keep your legs there, or we can keep our feet down in this position. It's up to you. Whatever feels comfortable. We're going to go back to our arms and we're going to reach our arms around and above our head. And as we come back forwards this time, we're going to reach to our fingers into the abdo prep. As we bring our arms above your head again, lower that head down. Come around, reach forward, lift into abdo prep, and then slowly lower back down. Arms around again, reach forward towards those toes, and then lower down. So those legs can be lifted or feet down onto the ground, whatever's more comfortable for you. Reach forwards, lower that head, coming around and back. Reach those hands forward again. Drop down, come around. Reach those fingertips forward, lift that head into abdo prep, lower back down together. Reaching forwards, lower back down. Well done. Reaching forwards and lowering down. Good. Last few. Reaching forwards, lowering down. Good. Reaching forwards, lowering down. Reaching forwards. Good. Reaching forwards. Good. Now on this last one, we're going to come around, reach forwards. We're going to hold this here. I want you to do 8 little pulses. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that head. Well done. Lower those arms back down and those legs one at a time if they're lifted. Very good. Let's bring those knees in, have a quick hug and just stretch that out. Well done. So nice deep breath in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch. Good. Breath in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. Well done. And then just lowering those legs down one at a time, coming back to that start. Okay, so feet and knees at hip width distance apart. We're going to work our tummies a little bit more. I'm going to go into our scissors movement. So let's just start with a single leg, see how that feels. And we're going to bring one leg up into single tabletop. Keep this knee at that 90-degree angle, and we're going to tap that foot down, back up, and then lower. Opposite leg lifted, tap down, back up, and lower. Good, and again, opposite leg lifted, tap down, back up, and lower. Opposite leg lifted, tap down, back up, and lower. Good. So nice and controlled as you tap that foot down, up, and lower. Now if that feels enough, we can stay here at this level, or we can always come back to this level again if you need to. Or if you can, we're going to bring both legs one at a time up into double tabletop, and we're going to tap down and back up, alternating sides again. So dropping that down, lift up. Breathe out as you lower the leg down, breathe in to fold back. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe in. Good. Well done. Tapping that leg down, folding back. Tap down, lift up. Tap down, lift up from here. Good. And again, tap down, lift up. Well done. Tap down, lift up. Good. Now for the last few, if you want to make it a little bit harder, only if you want to, we can go a little bit quicker, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So keeping that tummy nice and flat, not letting that back arch. If you start to feel that happening, just come down to that next level, and then we can always reset. Good. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Lovely. A few more here. Keep going. Nice and controlled. If that feels too much, go back to that slower movement or that single leg as you need to. Good. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more breath in and out. And then just slowly lowering those legs as they're lifted back down. If you need to, just bring out those knees in. Let's have a little quick hug just to stretch that out. Well done. Breath in and out here. Good. Well done. Okay, so we're going to stretch out a little bit more now. So arms down by your side or out to the side V. Let's drop those knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can. Use those toe muscles to bring those knees back up, and then over to that opposite side. Opening out. Use those toe muscles, bring those knees back up, and then over to that opposite side. Well done. Opening out. Use those toe muscles, lifting up, and then over to that opposite side. Well done. And again, lift up and over to that opposite side. Good. Lifting up, dropping those knees over, turning that head. And then coming back up. Well done. Drop the knees over, turning that head. And then back up. Good. We just do last few. Drop those knees over, rotating through that spine. Just a nice gentle stretch. Feels really good to do. Drop those knees over. Well done. And then lifting back up. Good. And then slowly coming back to that start. Well done. Arms back down by your side. Okay, we're going to stretch out through our legs now. So let's put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you just as far as you feel comfortable. Then we're going to hold this stretch here. So just take a nice deep breath in and out. On the out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch. Just out a little bit further if you can. Breath in and out from here. Well done. Breath in and out. Good. Just sinking down to that stretch if you can, just that little bit further. Well done. Breath in and out. Good. And then we're just going to lower that leg back down. Well done. We'll do the same on the other side. Opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open here. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you just as far as you feel comfortable. Then we're going to hold this stretch here. So just again, take a few nice deep breaths in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. And we're going to hold this stretch here. So just breathing in and out. On that out breath, just relax down into that stretch, just that little bit further. Well done. Good. And then just lowering that leg back down. Okay, so let's stretch out through the backs of our legs now. So knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg, feeling that stretch through the back of the leg there. We're going to hold this stretch, just lengthening through the back of the leg. Good. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Well done. And then if you can, we're going to point and flex through the ankle here. Well done. Pointing and flexing. Excellent. And then holding that stretch again, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg. Good. And then lowering that leg back down. We'll do the same on the other side, knee up to the ceiling. Use your hand just to support that leg there. Just lengthening through, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, holding that stretch, breathing in and out. And again, breath in and out. Good. And then we'll just gently point and flex that foot. Just pointing and flexing that ankle. Well done. Good. Then we're going to hold that stretch again, toes pointing up to the ceiling, lengthen out through the back of the leg, just relaxing down into that stretch. Well done. Good. And then gently lowering that leg back down. Very good. Let's come back up into sitting from here. So just sitting comfortably, legs crossed, legs out in front. Just make sure that weight's going evenly through those sitting bones. So shoulders nice and relaxed, well done. Head and neck nice and long and lifted. Good. So we're going to bring our hands and just cross them in front of us here. And we're going to go into our little spine twist movement. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate our body around to one side and then slowly coming back to that centre. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around and then back to that centre. Good. And again, opposite side, opening out and back. Good. Rotating around and then back again. Well done. And again, each side, rotating around and coming back. Rotating around and back. Let's do one last one each side. Rotating around and folding back. Good. Last time. And then folding back. Well done. Relax those arms down. We're just going to do some shoulder rolls here. So we just want you to lift those shoulders up, drop them down, those shoulder blades down. Reaching up, drop those shoulders down. Good. And again, rolling those shoulders, sink those shoulder blades down. Good. One more here. And relaxing down. Good. And then I'm going to reach my head over to one side. Just lengthen through the opposite side of the neck. Breathing in and out here. Good. And then lift that head back up. And we're going to do some shoulder rolls again. So lift up those shoulders, drop the shoulder blades down. Lifting up, dropping down. Good. Rolling those shoulders, dropping down. Good. One more here. And then the opposite side. We're going to reach over that neck. Just lengthen through that opposite side of that neck. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And lifting that head back up. Well done. And relaxing down from there. Very good. I hope you've enjoyed the class today. Well done. And we'll hopefully see you again next time.